All right, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for
Grand Blue, Season 1, Episode 10. We're in Okinawa.
We're here for Okinawa. Yep.
And apparently there was a trailer of sorts for a mock trailer for how their trip would definitely go. We totally didn't know that was there, so we didn't react to it, but oh my god.
Yeah, we checked it out.
It was amazing.
It was funny.
Using Kohei's corpse to lure in the shark. I love it.
Right.
And of course,
Iori being stuck between Nanaka and
Azusa.
And just be like,
what do I do? What do I do? Yep. Mm-hmm. Oh, man. But I'm sure the actual trip will be even crazier than the mock trailer.
Exactly.
Definitely.
They're going to get the shark drunk, and then they're going to ride it to freedom. That's what it's going to be. Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. So, Okinawa, one night.
One night indeed.
They've all got only this one night.
They might have plans. Is Aina going to try and use this to get closer to Iori? Given that she knows he's not dating Chisa.
Going to use this to try and get closer? Oh, wait, Nanaka's not going, right?
No, she's going.
Oh, she's
totes going.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. We got to have the maximum potential chaos and craziness on this trip.
Yes, and the Joe Bros are going to try and use this to get as much partying in as possible.
No try. Do or do not.
There is no try. So y'all, without further ado, let's get into this. She's excited. Ah! Oh, they're not actually looking.
Yeah.
Yep, at her. Yep. Kohei's hair, though. Oh my god. My friends!
So, do you think anyone will bang on this trip?
No.
Okay.
Literally no one.
Yeah, probably not. Probably not.
Like, Kohei has more, of a chance of, getting, a random, hentai comic, on his laptop and just going to town in,
I could
closet,
see Azusa, maybe.
The Joe Bros, sure, and Azusa. Not together, no, but, them each, getting some, Yeah. I mean, Tokita and Azusa are shown quite chummy in the OP there.
No, they'd be wingmen for each other.
Ah, sure.
Yeah, that is a bit much. That's how they were able to afford 3 nights.
Right. Uh-oh. We'll decide later is, Oh my gosh. Oh, look at that smug little smile of, I'm having so much fun.
Uh-huh.
And now he gets his stuff in the OP. They're completely naked again under the water.
They might not be. Yeah, right, because she can't tell yet.
Yeah.
They might be wearing trunks, but no, they're not. Yep.
My album is full of censored images.
Wow.
Okay.
To enforce them to not be completely naked.
Gotcha. Ah, that's cool.
Oh, okay. I like it.
Yes.
Sure, and if anything, his terror of the water will help.
Those sounds, though.
Yep.
Oh, gross!
What? They both did that?
That's gross! That's nasty! Yeah.
God, I love those faces. And then Chisa in the middle. Enjoying their
They're all
youth.
like, yes. Right, reality, yes.
No. Oh my god.
Oh dear.
Oh my god.
Of course. Oh. Go faster. Oh, and they're doing it so slow.
Yeah.
They're doing it so slow. Oh. We will take care of you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow.
That's amazing.
No, watch. Then you can be with me.
Oh
Yeah.
my god. It actually
So it actually happens.
It actually is happening.
Wow. Oh my god.
He has his phone on. Oh, and it's some text. He's like, please help. I have a story to share.
Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
For this. Oh my god.
It'll just be dark circles around his eyes.
Yep. Oh, he's asleep right now. That's the point. You know?
Right.
Okay.
He looks actually pretty good.
Yeah. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh. Oh, okay.
He couldn't sleep, so he just studied. Yeah.
Oh my god!
Right.
That's amazing! The problem is that he's gonna fall asleep in like 8 hours. Right. Yes. Oh my god. Oh my god! Wait, what?
He strangled himself?
That means it's basically a 50-50.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Oops, Kitahara.
Wow.
Oh my god. Okay, well there you go. Good job.
right.
That is ultimately true.
Indeed.
Oh, that's so smart.
Very cool.
Dang.
All right.
Yeah, because then it's separated into basically like compartments and stuff. Cool. That's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, we finally got the diving. We finally got actually a little bit of an idea of how it would work when they're underwater. Wow. That's not the point of this, yeah. Right. They do it all together.
Awesome.
Nice.
No one gets left behind. Oh. Gee.
Hey. Yeah. Don't pull away.
Pull out the... Of course.
Yes, they're like, Oh, yeah, you're a part of their group now, Aina. Yeah. No longer alone. Don't lie.
No.
No,
No.
Don't do that.
He's like,
Don't lie. Good job, Aina.
all right.
We are here for you.
job.
We are all here
Yep.
for each other. That is wholesome and precious. I love it. Oh, good. He's calling her out on that. Yeah.
Yep.
だって私のせいでみんなが早く上がらなきゃいけなくなると。
He's like, wow, that's so badass.
なんつうかさ、お前結構人を
That's
見
true.
るのないんだな
That's
って
true.
思ってさ
That's okay.
あの人たちがそんなこと気にすると思うか？
Oh.
すいません。
Oh. Azusa about to be best girl again. Yes.
Yeah.
それは先輩だから当然のことで。だったらさ、尊敬される先輩が寛容なのも当然だと。
Whoa.
Yeah.
次から改善したらいい。
Cool.
ここの先輩は一味違うだろ。
Oh. Whoa.
私らに身も心もさらけ出せて。
Oh my god.
Oh,
Oh my
no.
god. Here we go.
Oh, no.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know.
他に何か問題が？
いおりくんだけ不合格になっちゃうかも。
All right.
I'm not entirely sure what she meant by that, but I
I
love how they can be in such sync here for like singing this song.
Right?
While at the same time be at each other's throats so much.
Yeah.
This
All right.
episode was really wholesome.
Really sweet, yeah.
You know, like after the whole bit of, oh no, where will I sleep? And yeah, I didn't doubt for a second that it's like, oh no. Yeah, if only there were like other beds in this place. Darn.
Yeah. But there you go. There you go.
It was a way to make him study, you know? And hey, Chisa, you should be proud. Iori studied. You know, he learned the questions and all the things that he needed to know about diving. And if the motivation was, you know, well, your sister, then that's, hey, take the win, you know?
Exactly.
Like, the partial win.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there you go. But yeah,
there you go.
This was a really funny episode for the beginning, and then really sweet and wholesome towards the end as we got into a lot more of actual diving.
Yeah.
And in the diving stuff, we learned a little bit about some of the details of what's important, but we kind of got the theme of the found family friends group kind of dynamic power friendship thing that just really, I would say, is what Aina as a character is meant to be. Is she's the outsider that was ingratiated into the group, and much like Iori and Kohei in this case here, you know, she found kind of a special place here, but she wasn't kind of partnered up with anyone like pretty quickly, unlike those two.
Exactly.
So in that respect, she's kind of like desperately looking for someone to kind of be buddy with, and she has found that in Chisa in a lot of ways.
Sure,
But,
and also hopefully maybe for her Iori, but
for her sake. But yeah, I don't know if that's gonna go that way.
Probably not. God,
the part that was really wholesome though was just the fact that Iori kind of confronted her about this and didn't like shame her necessarily, but was just like, "Hey, come on."
What's going on?
Yeah,
they just
we're
said,
all
you know,
together in this and
don't tell
stuff.
lies underwater. Yeah.
And by kind of grabbing her hand and pulling her over here to this, it showed that, you know, not only did he care, but it was like, yeah, we're gonna address this right now.
Exactly.
And then Azusa, just best girl all the way.
Yep.
Just speaking directly to her and really making this nice and simple so that she understood how much they cared as well.
And when she said like, "Hey, why do you talk so formally to us?" and it's like, "Well, because you're my senpais, right?"
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, well, if we're your senpais, right, and you're wanting to talk respectfully to us, then wouldn't it follow that we would also be, you know, lenient with you? Like we wouldn't get upset if you did something that wasn't quite perfect, because that's the point.
Yeah,
you're the new diver. We're the ones who've done this before.
Yeah, and while the competition between Iori and Kohei can make you feel like there's some element of, aggressiveness towards, failing the group.
Exactly.
No, those two are just bakas.
They would
just
do that
a lot of
about
fun.
anything, no matter what it was. They would
Like when
find a way.
when they finally get into actual dick measuring and stuff like that, then
Yeah. I'm pretty
they'll
sure
find everything to compete with each other.
exactly.
and stuff,
I'm pretty sure that happened their first night drinking together. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, the clothes came off very quickly. So even if they didn't officially do it, you know that probably mentally they were like,
Yeah.
or
Yeah, exactly.
damn it, like,
So I wanted to share a story about the whole thing of Iori basically sleeping in between the two women and just having just this, just moment there. And so mine was I went out on a camping trip after doing some rafting, some river rafting and stuff like that. And it was really fun. It was a good time. And it was one of those situations where I didn't really have a crush on anyone in the group specifically, but it was actually a pretty even divide of men and women in that regard. And I ended up basically falling asleep in front of the campfire. And it was the perfect way to fall asleep. My feet were warm. It was just a really just good environment and stuff. And the thing is that I am a light sleeper when I'm in an environment I'm not familiar with. So I woke up and realized that on both sides of me were just some really just attractive girls in that regard. And one of them was not only like single and really cute and stuff. She had pushed down her sleeping bag a lot, and it was her shirt had been pulled up to here and stuff that. So there was freaking under boob hanging out and just chilling there, just and I was like, oh my God.
just try not to think about it.
And I just rolled over and I was like, it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. And then literally after that happened, she kind of just goes, and the amount of don't turn around, don't turn around. I turned around and she was mouth open, just and it was for some reason, I was just I can't sleep now. I can't sleep. I can't sleep. So I just kind of looked up at the stars and I was just why?
Yeah.
Why
are we still here?
Why
just to suffer?
Here? And the thing is nothing was going through my mind at all. I was so groggy and tired. I was just I just want to go to sleep.
Right.
I just want to go to sleep. And for whatever reason, the fire's completely out at this point. Someone else had put it out because I am such a boring person at these kinds of things. I just fall asleep at 11 p.m. or something like that, and everyone else stays up till 2 a.m. or something.
Right.
But I didn't know what the sleeping arrangements were gonna be.
And so you went to sleep first.
I went
and
to sleep as I was thinking I was the second to go to sleep. Yeah, and it was just one of those things of oh, okay, yeah. And then of course I was one of the last people to wake up.
Right.
And people were really confused. They're like, "Oh, Caleb, you really slept a while, didn't you?" I was like, "I don't want to talk about it." just never told anyone.
Man.
Just
well, and the best part
that.
about that is that if you hadn't woken up in the middle of the night, you never would have realized. You would have slept soundly. Woken up at 6 a.m. or whatever, since you would have been outside and early sunrise, sunshine, hard ground and everything.
Yeah.
But
And to be fair, the sleeping bags weren't that close to each other. It wasn't a large group.
Oh, okay. It wasn't.
it was 6 feet.
Right. Oh, okay.
Maybe 5 feet or something.
Gotcha. So it wasn't everyone was squeezed up close to each other to all be close to the fire or something like that.
No. There was a little bit of that, but that was more with the couples specifically.
Oh, sure.
They would do the thing where you'd connect the two sleeping bags, So
Right.
you'd have one sleeping bag be the bottom and the other one be the top.
Right,
And then
exactly.
you'd zip the two of them together so that they could sleep together. But
Wow.
yeah, that was one of my awkward stories and stuff where I just kind of I can still see it in my mind's eye. I'm just
Burned into my brain.
Oh my. But thankfully I didn't have a marine test of some kind, for deep
of
sea
course.
diving or anything like that.
Right, something to study up on, yeah. But I love it. I love it so much because of course Azusa and Nanaka would be like, oh, it's no big deal, whatever. Yeah, it's totally cool.
Yep.
And they know not what they are inflicting upon Hiyori. And the fact that he's like texting Kohei like over and over again, help. And Kohei's just arms and legs wrapped around his Dakimakura, just.
Best part though is when you go and hang out with some people and you end up in a situation where for some reason there's no sleeping bags, there's no like comfortable couches or what have you, and before you can really say no, they're like, oh, you can just sleep in my bed, and you just go and you sleep in their bed, and it's like your buddy, it's like your best friend or what have you, and then he's a toss and turner or what have you. So he full on just rolls over and just grabs your shoulders and then just nudges his face into you and stuff. And you're just like, yeah, I don't mind, but bruh,
I thought you were gonna say goes full on big spoon, little spoon,
Well, no, I think the one time this happened, it was with a buddy of mine who probably outweighed me by about 20 pounds, but he was 3 inches shorter.
Oh, okay.
So if anything, he was just way stronger and stuff. And the annoying part was that he would basically do the thing where he would try to pull me in his sleep. And what I would do is I would just take his jaw and just kind of push away. And he basically would eventually just kind of go, and then he would go back to this.
Right.
And then a lot later, I feel this tug on my shoulder. I'm like, damn it, again. I take his jaw and I push. And it was great because I think he ended up drooling a ton over his pillow or something, and he made some comment about it. I'm like, yeah, I kept opening your mouth all over again.
Oh, right.
Push your jaw open, so then he'd be like, and
because you don't remember stuff like that when you're when you're asleep. Even if he was conscious, just barely oh, Caleb's pushing my face over this way.
Right.
He wouldn't remember. Just be like, I don't know, I was sleeping, right? Oh man, I love one of the things that I love about this episode and how it went though is that we had a little bit of the main character sleeping in between two gorgeous ladies, right? Can't sleep, but we got all the wholesomeness in this one episode, and by doing that, now the whole rest of the trip is open.
Can be full degeneracy.
And apparently it's 3 nights, not 1.
Yeah.
Which means that might be the perfect whole rest of the season, because this is episode 10, 2 more episodes. This was 1 night, boom, bam, pow. There you go, right? And yeah.
Yeah. I loved the competition as to how they would basically determine who gets to sleep on the bed and who sleeps on the floor. And the fact that full on Chisa's just
yep,
well, I guess this is what's happening now.
But I think my favorite part was Aina's response to everything, of her being like, this is going to be my summer trip, or, whatever, this is going to be my trip, it's going to be great.
And she's imagining being with Iori and that, leaning into him.
Well, and just running along the beach, and then she realizes she's running along the beach with a bunch of naked people, and she's like, no, we're going somewhere else. And then it's like, yes, being with Iori, youth, and enjoying it. And then she ends up being on there with Tokita and Ryujiro, and it's just, no, they're just both sitting there super stoic Joe bros.
And they're not even doing it that fast. They're and now we shall be turning right.
Exactly, indeed. Right, yeah.
And then she's like, oh, no, it's not at all what I wanted.
They're so stable.
Oh, did you
get water in your eye?
Water in your eye?
Oh, yeah. Yep. I just, God, I love it. I love it.
Also, I really love that Kohei not only kept his phone by his pillow, of course he is that kind of guy.
Oh, definitely.
But also, he has his Dakimakura and he's snuggling it full on legs and arms straddling the whole thing.
Oh, yeah.
So, he slept really well.
Sleeping like a rock.
Just nothing.
Yep. And then they're all like, wait, what's going on? Why? Yeah, what's this whole deal with Iori? And then Azusa...
test him.
Well, right, but even before then Azusa and Nanaka just sort of walk down the stairs.
That's later.
Oh, that's
later.
Oh, that's later?
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
Oh, man.
No, they test him first, and they basically go, but can he actually be ready for the test and stuff? And he's actually yes, you have no idea how much time I spent studying it. That was my that was my reason for why I stayed up, of course. And then he ends up accidentally saying, what signal is that for? Boobs. And they're like, oh, I know what happened.
I see.
His eyes wandered, and then they come out of the room, and they are braless with their like gowns barely like staying above their breasts. And even Azusa's like, you know, rubbing out some boob sweat, you know, just, you know, classic girl stuff, you know. And the other girls are like, whoa, let's go back into your rooms. All right, here, let's get you all
basically
ready and stuff.
Both of the ones that, you know, are maybe just a little bit jealous, not of the other girls, but also of the whole thing of like, one is admitted to herself about her crush on Iori, right? And then another one, maybe not entirely, but, you know, definitely is jealous. And it's just, nope, let's get you back into some regular clothes.
I love that. What do you think? I didn't look Lollico-tan.
Right. Yeah, like he's like, nope, I didn't cheat on my Dakimakura. Like,
no,
never.
No, of course not.
And then Iori with the handprint on
How
his
did you
throat.
go to sleep? I made myself black out.
Right.
I know, take notes. He's into erotic asphyxiation or autoerotic asphyxiation.
No. See, it was all of the studying up on like diving and stuff. He's like oxygen deprivation, right? If you're oxygen deprived, you'll black out first. But there's no like, you know, death of brain cells until like you've had been oxygen deprived for this amount of time. Cool. Okay, so I'll just make sure to just do it just right. Hopefully this will work. And well, apparently it did.
Also, Kohei with the hair slicked back. It's pretty good.
Kohei with the hair slicked back
In like
looked
a
pretty
ponytail,
good. Yeah,
you know?
yeah, exactly. Like that was a fairly good look.
It's also nice to have that realism of like, no, you have long hair, you would need to have it, you know, pulled
Otherwise,
back
it
a
would
little
make
bit.
all kinds of mess when you're underwater.
Yeah, even Nanaka has to do that as well. So, yeah, it's pretty nice. Also, just the idea of setting up really well the idea of that they all ascend together when one ascends.
Yep. It's a group activity, so they all do it together.
I will say that actually watching this anime made me more excited about the idea of deep sea diving, just diving in general, because I am not actually that excited about the idea of like snorkeling or scuba diving or anything like that. It just doesn't really appeal to me. And I think part of it is fear-based with regards to the idea of going down deep underwater and it just being dark and having all that nothingness out there that you can't see. Even if you went to a really bright coral reef area and stuff where it was like, oh, there's tons of fish and everything, I think I would be fine with that. But even still, like I know that subconsciously there would be some fear associated with it. But just seeing how this was a very much a group thing and there would never be a point where I'd be completely alone, I think actually this made me more excited about the idea of doing that. Because you've scuba dived before,
Yes,
right?
I scuba dived. You know, it was one of those things where you're with an instructor. They don't like teach you how to do it. They just basically say, here's
Follow
the thing. Well, no, they would actually hold your arm.
Oh,
and then they would
gotcha.
they would do the dive and you would just sort of be with them. Right.
You were just a tugboat being pulled along.
Exactly.
Or, no, they were the tugboat. You were the barge just getting...
Right. Yeah, and they would just do that. But, like, I'd seen pictures and video of, like, underwater stuff and everything. And it looks cool. It is no contest, no comparison whatsoever to when you're down there yourself.
Wow.
It is magical. Like, and I was lucky enough to go on, like, Great Barrier Reef. So, like, you know, one of the best places to go, right?
Oh, sweet.
But, yeah, it's pretty incredible.
Something else.
You know, there were less boobs, you know, than is portrayed by this anime.
Sure.
But it was incredible.
That's awesome. Well, yeah, y'all, we're in Okinawa. We are in day
2 nights
1
left.
out of 3. So
Honesty is the best policy. That was said to Aina, which, like,
feelings as well, maybe.
you know, and even though it was for completely the wrong reasons, Iori was rather considerate in calling her out on the thing of, hey, you don't need to lie.
Yep.
And of course, it wasn't for the you can trust us. It was the don't try and beat us.
Like, I mean, that wasn't all of it. That was just part of it. Because when he thought that's what she was doing, he was more like, oh, that's so badass. Like, he kind of had this surprised look of like,
Right.
really? You were trying to do that? Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Intense. you are now up on my competition list,
Oh boy.
But y'all, thank you so much for watching this episode's reaction and discussion. If you want to see the next episode's reaction right now, though, go check out the link in the description below for our Patreon. You can get on early access there. You can watch full-length timer reactions there. And all this comes with Discord access, so you can chat with us and the community there about this show, about anime in general. And you can also talk with Jacob about the sci-fi novel that he wrote.
That's right. I wrote a sci-fi novel called Battle Lines, and not to spoil anything, but there is a part where they go to the beach. So, just saying, you should probably check it out. It's on Amazon. The link's in the description down below.
Yeah, so if any of that interests you, we'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all next time.